So we're going to talk about the shared with me drive, which can become a little bit cumbersome if you don't stay on top of it. So essentially your shared with me drive is when someone shares a file with you, this is where it ends up. And they're organized by the share date. You can change that. You can reverse the sort so it'll be like the things that have been shared with you a long time ago first. I generally keep it like this just as it helps me stay on top of it. So the thing about the shared with me drive is that you're not the owner of these files. So when you go to organize them, you're going to organize them by adding a shortcut to your drive instead of adding the actual file to your drive because it's not necessarily your file. Okay. And so my suggestion is to, as soon as someone shares something with you and you know you want to keep it and you want to have access to it easily without having to comb through your shared with me drive, my advice is to organize it right away into a folder because otherwise you have to kind of comb through your drive. It's your shared with me drive. And it's a little tricky to delete sometimes because you're not the owner of it. So sometimes you'll delete it and then you'll find it a few weeks later because the owner changed something on it. So my advice is if you know in the shared with me that it is something you want to keep, you're going to add a shortcut to your drive. So for example, in my shared with me, right, I know that this is a quiz. I need to put it in an assessment folder. So I click on it once to select it and that light blue shows up and I go up to those three dots and I'm going to go where it says add shortcut to drive. Okay, so I'm going to click that and then I'm going to move it. I'm going to add the shortcut to the folder that I wanted to go in. And so just like I did when I moved a file, I'm going to do it pretty much the same way. And so I'm going to click until I find the folder that I want. And I'm going to then click add shortcut. Now you see, it's still there because I'm not the owner of this file, but now the shortcut is in my drive so that when I need to access it, I don't have to keep going to my shared with me. I can go into the folder where I put the shortcut. So, and it will show up almost exactly the same way. There's only a small difference in the icon for a shortcut, and it will open the exact same way as well. So this is where I saved it, and let's see here. Here it is, long division quiz. And you'll notice it has a Google Docs icon because it's a Google Doc, but it has this little arrow there telling me that it's a shortcut. Now I can still open it. I can still do what I need to do with it. It will open like a regular Google Doc. It's just a shortcut because you're not the owner of the file. So take a few minutes now and start going through your shared with me. If you find files in there that you want to keep, organize them into folders using the shortcuts so that you will know where they are and they'll be easier for you to access.